hours of dusty Texas roads, we finally made it to the ranch. Tucked away in the hills, we rolled up to what would be home for the next few days. An old, weathered house that's seen better decades. It's got charm if you're into broken concrete and questionable wiring, but hey, it's all about the adventure. Joining me on this trip is Jason. He's a great buddy of mine, a fellow hunter, and for the first time, I got to meet Mark, one of Jason's friends, who was kind enough to bring his side-by-side for the hunt. That thing was an absolute game changer for getting around the rugged terrain out here. This is a hunt I've wanted to do for a long time. Aoudad, also known as Barbary sheep, are native to the Rocky Mountains of North Africa. But over the years, they've established wild populations across parts of Texas, New Mexico, and the Southwest. They're hardy, elusive, and a true challenge to hunt, which makes them all that more intriguing. We were technically self-guided for this hunt, but the ranch had a local guide on site who gave us a quick rundown of the property, pointing out glassing spots, trails, and the kind of terrain Aoudad like to hide in. After that, we loaded up our gear, hopped in the side-by-side, and headed out for our first afternoon hunt. Did you call that the Texas bump?
The old Texas bump gate.
Love that. What's over there? Were those hot springs in the blue over there?
They were all that hot spring water was pumped into there.
Wow. Hey, beauty's doing. Assume that they're gonna want to be in the shade.
Yeah, maybe with it, you know, it's pretty warm.
Pretty hot,
so
yeah.
There's a good chance they're still hanging out in the shade.
Because I can't imagine seeing them just sitting in the sun.
I mean, they're going to get out and want to walk around a little bit, but it still might be warm enough for them to be in the shade.
Yeah, because what is it? It's what, 5:19?
Yeah, it's pretty early still.
Sundown 7:15.
Yeah, and it'll be light for a little bit while after that.
So
We'll get up here and take this road up to that ridge and glass this little area that's already shaded.
Yes, yeah, the backdrop. That's why I asked, because I was looking over there and I'm like, man, like these other dark areas are where I want to look.
Yeah.
All right, good news. We found some rams. They're really hard to find, but I knew they would be in these shadows here.
60 something to where they're at.
See if I can find them in here. All right, well, we're gonna go after them, and we'll see who's gonna shoot and who's not. But there's two decent rams in there, so we'll see them. Okay, I'm happy I'm down at the bottom of the creek bed here. Way better. Way better. Now I gotta go up that. I gotta get up over there. And then essentially be looking over that back end. It should be a 300-400 yard shot from there. So we're kind of in an angle. We're not flat. So thought my nose was bleeding for a second. Anyways, we're gonna rock and roll. in that saddle, if you go down. Yeah, I got the camera on him. Over. You shot over.
Over him?
Yep.
Did he move?
Yeah, they ran to the right. There they go.
Are they still running?
Nope, they just stopped.
Hold on. How far did they run?
I don't know, 30, 40 yards. Yeah, to the right. Right and up.
Oh, hold on. How far above him?
About you shot over his back.
Like how far?
Probably 6 inches.
Okay, I gotta find. How far? You said they ran 30 yards? They
Yeah.
ran 30 yards and up at like a 2 o'clock angle.
Yep, I see them in the camera again. They're looking straight at us.
Shoot, go ahead and shoot. If you see them. They running? You said 30 or 40 yards. That's it. Yep. Okay, I see the divot.
Go up towards like
They still there?
2 o'clock. Still there, they're just sitting there.
Oh, I got him. Okay. I got him. Which one did I shoot at?
I have no idea. There's one looking at us.
I got him.
There's 2 of them.
Oh my God, that sun washes it out. I can't see him. Okay, I'm gonna shoot. Heard it hit something. Alex, are you watching?
Yeah, I didn't see you hit him.
I saw him right when he died, y'all. He was up there. This was up there, and I was watching. He was like, oh, I was like, okay, got him. That sun was.
I never saw him in my scope. And then he shot again.
But one started up the hill a little bit. And then after he shot again, the one that was already high went all the way to the top.
Okay.
He went over.
The other one stopped again.
The other one stopped again and was going up. And then the other one came back over and peeked over. And I don't know if you could see him or not, but I could see him.
After missing those sheep, we decided to switch things up and head into a new area where we hadn't explored yet. It was an expansive stretch with miles of country to glass over. While driving in, we ran into something unexpected. Wild cattle. And let me tell you, they're a whole different animal when they're not confined and grain-fed. These were lean, athletic, and surprisingly fast. It was quite the sight. And it wouldn't be the last that we see them, because they'd be on the mountain. As we rolled into our new spot, the sun had already dipped below the horizon, but there was still enough light to mark a few key spots on our Onyx maps. That gave us a game plan for the morning, a solid start for daybreak. We wrapped up the night back at camp, where Mark took over his chef duties and whipped up a hearty dinner. It was spaghetti with ground venison. After a long day, it was a perfect way to wind down before calling it a night. Yeah, it does. It does suck. It's like sandy rock. That one bull of a cow is still literally in the same spot as last night. What's up? That one like bull cow. He's like in the same spot on the mountain as he was last night. Well, we're in this canyon. It's definitely a dried up creek bed. I mean, look at this. At one point in time, the river must have been raging through here. Big old boulders and stuff down here. Here's what you get for sheep country. Pure rock. It's really pretty. Jason's a damn Sherpa, so he's way above me. The country's just gorgeous though. Higher up you get, the better it is. Thing's always trying to poke you or kill you out here. Well, sun's coming over the mountain. We've been glassing these sides that have the sunlight on them. Last night, we were glassing the really sunny stuff, and I was telling the ranch hand over there that was driving us around, showing us around, I'm like, we need to go hit the sides that are not sunny right now, because it was hot. It was like 85 degrees. Today's supposed to be 85 again, so I'd expect that they want to feed on these little sunny sides right now as it's so cool, and they'll warm up, and then after that they're going to go and bed down, or at least move around in the shade. So I don't know, we'll see. We're going to hang out in this canyon all day, so we're going to see what pops up, but so far it's pretty lame, besides wild cows, of course. I gotta tell you what, I'm still getting used to these stabilizing binoculars. I'm so adapted to having a tripod, and I'm using my tripod for my camera, which is fine. I can always take the camera off, but it's just weird not having something to like really be stabilized for you. So I'm still kind of feeling them out. I'm not 100% on them yet. They are cool, but I think there's a time and a place. Like when we were in our side-by-side and we stopped and we were glassing, amazing for that. But I'm still not sold on like how stable I can be with my hands up, because my hands will still get, like my arms will still get tired sitting there. So it's like, do I really want to do that? No. We ended up spending the entire day picking apart that canyon, convinced it had to be holding sheep. But despite hours of glassing and hiking, we didn't turn up a single one. What we did find were wild cattle, which was definitely not what we were after. By the end of the day, it felt like we had either completely missed something, or we were just chasing ghosts in a spot that just didn't have any rams. Still, it just had that sheepy look, the kind of place that feels like it should be holding something. So we decided to give it one more shot the next morning before completely writing it off. We climbed back into the canyon at first light, glassed hard up until about 10 in the morning, scanning every crease and shadow for any sign of movement. But again, nothing. That was enough to finally call it. We packed up and made our way back towards the spot where we had seen those 2 rams on the very first afternoon. Those were the only 2 confirmed sheep we'd spotted so far.
I mean, they're moving. Oh, man. That was just a bonus. I wish I could have seen them when they were down here. I couldn't see them. Like ants in it.
I had a really good sight on mine at 14. Yeah, if they would have stopped, I would have whipped a shot, but they just kept running. I was like, I'm not taking a shot. Oh, they were running.
Were they running?
I mean, they were trotting along, you know, like that. It's just not, it's not a great shot to take. And like my angle, I mean, I can't imagine yours was any better, was they were quartering pretty hard away, you know, like, I mean, I would almost been shooting them in the ass.
Right.
So.
I'm wondering, you guys go for these bedded ones and I'll go and chase this group.
I'm game with that if you want.
Whatever.
Yeah, let's go. Let him go and
Go after him if you want, or roll down.
yeah, we can go down in this bed and go around and let him go rip over.
Yeah.
Well, Mark and I are now together, and we just ran into 14 different sheep, and I didn't have a chance to get them on camera, but they went up and over. So we're down in this drainage now, walking to get to the other side to see if we can find them. Jason split up. He's going the opposite way to see if he can catch them on the other side. So we'll see what happens here, but we're finally getting some action. Here.
thinking they're gonna be on that face somewhere from what he was telling me.
Yep. So, correct. So we're wanting to
Go to that bend.
So this is the face.
But I think he said they were on the one across from it.
So then it might be that. But yeah, we're looking at it that. Yeah, so it's on the other side then. Okay. Some shade.
Here, I'll get you one. Did you drink all yours?
I got one left. I was just making sure I could get back to the fucking razor. God, I'm about to die. Brought you guys back straps.
Thanks.
That was it. I was like, all Mike's getting was back straps. You're not gonna believe this rammer. You're not gonna believe it. It's the biggest Aoudad I've ever seen. Bro, and I videoed where he was. Mind blowing. I went down and measured. He was 6 foot inside a cave.
So this is why we can't see them.
He was inside a cave.
Yeah.
You shot him in the cave?
I shot him in the cave.
6 feet in the cave?
Yeah, in the cave.
Did you know how big he was?
Yeah, I'll tell you the story in 2 seconds.
Looks like you lost the bottom part of your trick pole.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Oh,
It's all right. You got a sheep out of it, actually.
I got a hell of a sheep. There was a ram with him just as big.
In there?
In fact, he stood there and looked at his dead buddy. Oh, and mine still ran 200 yards.
How far?
215 yards. I had all the time in the world to set up on him. All the time.
Did you go up this cliff? Or
Yes.
What did you do?
Yes.
I think they use this all the time. This is like a little game trail. Because straight up from that salt lick, there was more crap.
Shot him off that at 3. Nobody believes me when I say that. Because I know it's like that. I literally could see 6 feet. What up, dude? I love you.
Mark and I continued to hunt the following day. After getting up to the top of the mountain, we glassed for an hour before Mark spotted about 20 sheep. We ended up going back into the same dry riverbed as the prior day and made a play on the Aoudad. We only had 3 hours to make it happen before we had to leave. We found the sheep, but when the bases were loaded in the bottom of the 9th, the wind swirled and the sheep got the winning pitch on this one. I thank you for tuning in and hope you enjoyed the hunt as much as we did. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel. If you wouldn't mind commenting about what you enjoyed in this episode, that'd be awesome, as I'd love to hear it. Until next time, scout, hunt, and repeat.